This video is brought to you by Squarespace.
I'm on my way now. I'm on my way now. I'm on my way now.
This is one of those things that definitely makes me kind of like weak in the knees. Like, look at that. Look below you guys. Oh God, look at this. Look how big it is. And I think when people think of the Dominican Republic, this is not
this is so
something
nice.
they think of. Like, look at this. Trying to avoid the traffic. This is wild. Last time we were here, all the Dominicans told us we have to check it out.
So we're going inside.
Today we are gonna check out the Blue Mall. Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. If you happen to be new around here, my name is Trevor. This is Anna. We are the Delightful Travelers. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and click on the little bell to follow along on our now DR adventures. We are officially back in the big city, Santo Domingo.
We absolutely love this city. It's one of our favorite places. We're so happy to be back. And today we're going to be showing you a side of Santo Domingo that you don't often see. So if you are looking at videos of Santo Domingo, you're probably going to come across two types. One is of the colonial zone, which is an amazing area and definitely worth a visit, especially if it's your first time here. And the second type of video, you're going to know what I mean when I say this. Those I visited the worst neighborhood in Santo Domingo and I survived type videos. Well, that's not what this is. Today, we are in Piantini. It's our absolute favorite neighborhood here in Santo Domingo. It's very upscale, very wealthy neighborhood, great restaurants, great shopping, great hotels, great places to stay.
So I think for a lot of people coming to the Dominican Republic, they venture to Punta Cana, the famous Bavaro beach, right? It's absolutely beautiful there. We have videos on it. But then there's the type of tourist that might want to venture off the resorts and go to little beach towns around the DR. And we have lots of videos on that too. We highly recommend you do that. But a lot of people don't come to the city. And that's the big thing we want to show you guys today. There's more to Santo Domingo than just the colonial zone. There's so much here. And this modern part of the city, I think, might blow you away.
We hope that you guys are just as excited as we are that we are back in the Dominican Republic and also spending a little bit of time here in the capital. And if you are as excited as we are, please hit that like button. It really, really helps us out. One thing I'm super excited to be back in the city for is the food. This area has some of the best restaurants. We actually filmed a whole food video the last time we were here and we ate some amazing things. So this time when we came, I had this huge list of all these places that I want to eat at again, and also places that I want to try, and honestly there's just not enough time.
Next up, we came over to a place called Julieta, and this place is so amazing inside, but take a look at the outside. Yeah, that's a tree growing through the patio. You can see it back there. We got a Bloody Mary. You guys all know what that is, one of our favorite brunch cocktails. But one of the things we want to point out before the food arrives, the delicious food, is the restaurants here in this neighborhood have valet parking, and you'll see a shot here I got of, just a random Porsche. Someone's here in their Porsche for brunch, but yeah, let's see how this, it's loud here. We're also right on the street. Tons of traffic in this city. Let's go for this. I asked them to make it picante. Solo poco picante. Just a little spicy. And they came through.
The food has arrived and it looks and smells so amazing. I am incredibly excited for this. I went for an eggs Benedict. Some of you guys might think, oh, that's not that exciting, but I absolutely love eggs Benny. It's one of my favorite breakfasts. And spoiler alert, we are actually heading back to Cabarete, where we live a good portion of the winter, a good portion of the year actually, next. And this may be one place that I know of that you can get eggs Benedict, so I'm taking advantage of it while we're here in the city. Does this not look amazing? Look at the English muffin that's sitting on. It's it looks super fluffy and big, lovely looking egg on top. I got it with bacon. You could actually, I love how they have the menu work here. You basically can order whatever you want in the middle. So I went for bacon, but let's check out that yolk. Oh yeah, baby. That is perfect. All right, I think I got a little bit of everything on my fork. Does it taste as good as it looks? Oh, that is so good. I honestly don't think a more perfect breakfast dish exists than eggs Benedict. It's amazing. They did a perfect job here. The English muffin on the bottom is cooked perfectly. It's not too hard to cut through, which I really, really appreciate. It's light and fluffy, but not too heavy either. Once in a while, I find some places make it with a really, really dense bread. It was almost a little bit too much, too heavy, but this is great. It works perfectly with like the creamy egg, and the hollandaise is delicious. And then I love that I put bacon on it. I know like ham is probably, or like Canadian bacon, some people call it, or back bacon as Canadians would say. I think that's kind of the traditional thing to have it with, but I love it with bacon because it's super salty, a little bit crunchy, so it adds a little bit of extra crunch and yumminess to it.
So I went for the Dominican breakfast, which is a classic here in the country. I've had it all over the country now, to be honest, but I wanted to try it at this restaurant. It's a little more fancy, a little more upscale. So what's going on with this dish, you guys might be wondering? Well, you'll see some fried eggs, you'll see some fried cheese, we got salami, and then we got this, which I think is the secret weapon. This is mango. Basically, it's plantain, like kind of mashed plantains, and there's onions on top, and this is like my favorite thing to have for breakfast here in the DR. I'm just gonna go for it real quick. Oh man, the onions are kind of pickled, and then the mashed plantains is a tricky one to describe, but the flavor just works with those onions. I mean, the closest I would say, if you guys don't know what kind of a plantain tastes like, and I don't know why you wouldn't, but I know there's people out there that might not, think of it like, in some ways, like a little bit like a potato, but with a totally different flavor. It's so good. I'm gonna have to try some of this cheese too. Here's the cheese. Look at that. Look how fried and golden it is on the outside. Inside looks awesome as well. Let's go for it. Oh man, I love everything about this breakfast. The thing that's really fun about the cheese is it's almost like a chewy, like a squeaky cheese, and then the outside is nice and crispy, nice and golden. And then when you mix it in with the eggs, like the fried eggs, the yolk gets over everything, and also you have the salami. So you have 4 different, very distinct flavors, and I'll tell you right now, it just works. Before we get any further in the video, we just wanted to say a huge thank you to Squarespace, our longtime partner who is back once again. Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform tool that helps you stand out and succeed online.
Pretty sure by now you guys should know why we love Squarespace so much and why we built our very own website on Squarespace. We just redesigned and relaunched our website, of course, using Squarespace. They make it so easy for us to feature our travel content, from blog posts to video sections to photo galleries.
We love that we can do everything right in Squarespace. We also use their platform to send out email campaigns and newsletters to our followers to keep everyone up to date and send out new content. By using Squarespace, you can make your outreach automatic with email marketing tools that engage your community and drive sales. Squarespace offers flexible email templates where you can create custom segments to send targeted campaigns. And with built-in analytics, you can always measure the impact of your newsletters. Are you ready to build your own website? Head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, head to squarespace.com/delightfultravelers for 10% off your first purchase of a domain or website.
And of course, a huge thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video and supporting creators like us.
Well, that was absolutely delicious, but one thing about this city is there's lots of traffic, huh?
There is so much traffic. It's something I appreciate about this neighborhood is that there's literally everything you could ever need here, because getting in a car and going to another neighborhood takes a long time. Like, this is what traffic looks like a good majority of the time.
Yeah, look, I mean, it just keeps going this way, like onward and onward. Like, this is not fun. So yeah, this neighborhood's where it's at.
Yeah.
You notice these guys are like going right around trying to avoid the traffic. This is wild. Like right now I think it's an extra bit of a traffic jam, but one thing they might notice, and I'm going to show you guys, there's a lot of buildings that are under construction. This city is developing, huh?
It's developing like crazy. I feel like every other corner, in this, especially in this neighborhood, like there's a new building going everywhere. So if you're in the market for some properties, I bet you're going to find one here.
I'm going to try to get across the street here since everything is completely congested. But we're trying to make our way over to one of the modern malls, huh?
Yeah, this is the Blue Mall. In the past, we've been to the Agora Mall, I think it's called. It's a little bit of ways from here, but not very far. And that's a super huge mall with like pretty much everything in it. This seems a little bit more, might we say, upscale? Yeah,
well, the thing is, last time we were here, all the Dominicans told us we have to check it out.
Go inside.
Today we are going to check out the Blue Mall. Well, the first thing we're greeted with here is this enormous Christmas tree, and we should probably say, for those of you that celebrate, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, everyone.
Yeah, I can't believe it's actually Christmas time. I feel like we went from like no Christmas at all to just being plopped right into the middle of it, and it feels a little bit weird.
We say this all the time. It's we're in the tropics. It's hot every day. There's no snow, of course, and it always makes us like. Does it feel like Christmas?
I know, it's always a weird one. I guess year after year, this would be probably our third time spending Christmas here in the Dominican Republic. So I think each time maybe it'll feel a little bit more normal.
Yeah, at this point, I'd say it might even be normal. I think it's safe to say we like Christmas in the heat.
This might be one of the more high-end malls we have ever been in. There are a few like stores for us regular folk, but they also have some high-end stuff as well. You'll find Louis Vuitton over here. I see a Cartier over there. There's a Rolex back that way. So if you have some money to spend, this is a good place to do it.
We were just talking about why it's called the Blue Mall, because it doesn't seem blue, but maybe you guys watching can let us know. But there's a replica here of the mall itself, and this is kind of interesting, huh?
So I think right now we're like down here somewhere.
Yeah.
It's cool to see like an actual like 3D model of where you're standing at the moment. And it says, if I understand my Spanish, it's expanding.
It is, and also I want to point out this. There's a pool here, and this is the hotel where we're actually staying at. We're going to take them there soon. While we were looking at the small replica of the mall, we got to meet a subscriber. His name's Omero. Thank you for saying hi. He was super cool.
Yeah, super guys. He's been watching us for a long time, so it was cool to like get to talk to him. He gave us lots of advice on the city. Maybe we'll meet up with him in the future. You never know.
So for those of you guys that don't know, we spend most of our time in the Dominican Republic, up in the north, up in Cabarete, where we live. Yeah, we live here, in case you don't know that. We spend a good 6 to 8 months, sometimes more, here. So when we come to the big city, we sometimes want to do some shopping.
Yeah, and I think on top of that, at the same time, you know, we spend a lot of time here, but in the meantime, we spend a lot of time just on the road. So our clothes and everything get a lot of wear and tear to them because we pretty much travel full time. So anytime we come to a city, it's like, what do we need?
I know, there's so much here. You guys can probably tell as all these like fancy stores are just kind of going behind us here. Like, I don't know if we're going to buy anything today, but we do have a few ideas of things we might want to keep an eye out for. Someone's looking for a pair of sneakers, possibly.
Possibly. I realized when we were in Greece, which was where we were last, that my sneakers are like starting to come apart. Like you can see the seam there. So they're not in the best shape, but they're also not that old, and I can get by with them. I don't think they're gonna fall apart anytime soon. I could be wrong on that. But we are going to a beach, to a beach town next, where I really won't be wearing them. So it's like, do I take advantage of being in the city now or just wait it out?
I got an idea. Maybe Nike can sponsor us.
There we go.
Did you find a pair you like?
These are like probably closest to what I would wear, and I was just trying to remember if I've ever had like Nike street shoes. I wear a lot of like Nike
running
fitness,
shoes.
running, walking shoes, but I don't think I've ever had like the street, like the regular old like fashionable ones. I like these. The price is $9,909, unless it's 99. If it's in pesos, it's 9,990 pesos.
So that's like 165 US dollars.
Wow.
230 or 40 Canadian dollars. I'm gonna go with the solid no.
No.
All right, we're gonna pass on the sneakers today because that's a little on the high side. I don't know if there's just like import fees going on there, but she doesn't need sneakers that bad. I don't think anyway.
No, not that bad. We have just stopped into this little cafe to get ourselves an iced latte. One thing that's very unique to this mall that I don't know if I've ever seen before is that there is no food court here, at least not that we found. It seems like there's more sit-down restaurants and they're just scattered throughout the hallways of the mall. So you kind of have to walk around a little bit to find what you're looking for. It's not one central area with all of the different restaurants. We actually had a little bit of a hard time trying to find some iced coffee. One place we stopped into only had some very, very fancy frappes with some like whipped cream and stuff, way too, not at all what we're looking for. Another place had some chocolate lattes, a little bit different, but it was a chocolate place. And eventually we came across this place called Cafe SBG. It's kind of like a French style cafe. They have food and stuff here, but thankfully they got some iced lattes.
Now, one of the questions we often get asked here in Santo Domingo is like, how do you get around the city? Because it's big. You guys saw like traffic is pretty crazy. So in the daytime, we try to walk, at least in this area. So Piantini, highly walkable, but I wouldn't say the sidewalks are perfect, and crossing the road can be tricky. There's another neighborhood close by called Naco, and between the two of them, there's so much you can do here. but we do opt to, especially at night, take Ubers. Ubers are so cost effective, you guys. Like you can go for about 5 minutes in an Uber and it might only be like $1. Like 10 minutes, not a whole lot more, $3. So that's a good way to get around the city. However, there is that traffic. So what we kind of seem to do is in the daytime, if we're not going too far within 20 minutes, remember it's really hot here, but about 20 minutes, we'll walk it. But at night, just because the sidewalks aren't perfectly even, it can be like easy to trip or something like that. There's lots of like kind of holes and sometimes the curbs are up and things like that. So we will get an Uber back, and typically at night, especially after say 7 p.m., around 7 o'clock, traffic gets a little bit better. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. But a lot of the Ubers take the back streets and get you to your destination pretty quick. So highly encourage you to do that if you're coming to Santo Domingo.
And while we're sitting here, let's talk a little bit more about spending Christmas here in a warm location in the Dominican Republic. What's it like? I know a lot of you guys reach out to us wondering that. I think a lot of people are really curious or like kind of want to spend a Christmas in a hot place, but also slightly maybe like hesitant or nervous about it because you just don't know what it's going to feel like. Is it actually going to feel like Christmas? I think like in Canada or in the US, it is what you make of it. If you want it to be super Christmassy, absolutely it can be. You can go buy yourself a turkey. Yes, you can find turkeys here. I think they're expensive, but absolutely. We actually go out, last year we went out for Christmas dinner to a hotel that did an amazing dinner on the beach. I loved it. I didn't have to do any cooking. They made actually a really incredible Christmas dinner, like a turkey dinner that was exceptionally good, and I got to have my feet in the sand for Christmas, and I love that. For us, we like to have a little bit more of a low-key Christmas. We're not super into it, but we enjoy it. So it's nice to be able to like wake up, have a relaxing day, make a breakfast, sit at the pool for a while, and then go out and enjoy a really yummy Christmas dinner. But if you want to go all in on Christmas here, you can too. Dominicans are really, really into Christmas. I think they do a lot of the stuff on Christmas Eve for them. So they'll have like big family dinners, big family get-togethers, and then Christmas Day is a little bit more low-key, I believe.
Also, there's one more thing to mention, you guys. It's not just Christmas, it's someone's birthday. It's Anna's birthday, so I'm going to count on all you guys to leave in the comments a happy birthday. She's a Christmas baby.
Like Christmas Day, not Christmas Eve, not Boxing Day, born on Christmas Day, which no, it's not the best day to have your birthday, if you are wondering. And maybe that's probably why I enjoy being down here a little bit more at Christmas, because it makes it, we can put the focus a little bit more on my birthday instead of Christmas.
It feels like a birthday to her more, but yeah, do you guys know any Christmas babies? And again, we don't mean the 24th or the 26th, we mean December 25th. So one of the cool things about the mall is our hotel is right in the mall. This is cool.
Yeah, that's very convenient, especially in the rain, because it does tend to rain a lot here. You can literally just come down to the mall using the elevators.
So we are staying at JW Marriott this time. Oh, time to go up.
We actually booked this place on points, which we will talk more about because it's all about the credit cards.
It is, but we want to really show you this place because it's over the top. Doors are about to open. Oh, the big reveal. You get some shots here of the lobby and the bar, but right now we're going to go outside and see what it's like, because this is where you're going to get to see those views. You get to see a little more of what's happening here in Santo Domingo. This is a big rooftop here. Well, I guess it's not technically a rooftop.
Did you notice what this is right here?
No, what is it?
Look, you can literally see down. Oh my god, I don't know if I can look at that.
Ay, ay, ay. Oh no. Oh, that,
I don't know if
oh,
I
that
can
does
do
bad
that.
things. That does my knees.
I thought it was a mirror or something at first, and then I realized you can literally, it's like a glass floor.
Come on, you
see
can do it. You can
it's
do
where
it.
you check in down there.
You can do it.
No, I don't know
You
if
gotta
I
take
can.
the steps. Look down.
I'm not even that scared of heights. He's actually way worse than I am, so I'm surprised you're not having a hard time with this.
Oh god,
okay.
looking down there, that's not good. Oh yeah. This is one of those things that definitely makes me kind of like weak in the knees. Like, look at that. Look below you guys. Oh god, this part. I can't even do it. Oh my god, I have to get off of here. Get me off this thing, get me off this thing, get me off this thing. All right, back on solid ground.
Much better over here. Yeah.
But there's a lot to look at here. For one, there's an infinity pool,
Yeah,
maybe?
this is more my style than a glass floor. There is an infinity pool over here.
Oh, I know. Look here, I'm going to show you guys. I'll go closer. It's pretty high up. Look at that. And you can see the buildings, yeah, all the constructions. Like, yeah, this is a whole other side of Santo Domingo. Look at this. Look how big it is. Hannah's up there. All the buildings. There's a pool area here. This reminds us of like Bangkok a little bit. Like over in Thailand, Bangkok has rooftops everywhere. Do you get that vibe?
Totally get like Malaysia or Bangkok. Yeah, Kuala Lumpur, Bangkok. Those two cities have like all the rooftop pools.
And I think when people think of the Dominican Republic, this is not
this is so
something
nice.
they think of. Like, look at this. I mean, look at that. And you got the view kind of this way. This is just wild and definitely a little unexpected.
Yeah, if I was in a bathing suit right now, I would literally walk right in. It's so inviting. It is time to show you guys a room. We'll give you a quick little tour of it. A really nice room. A big old king size bed, super comfortable. I mean, I expect no less of a place like this, but I can confirm super duper comfy. You also have a big TV right in front of you, so if you want to lay in bed and watch TV, absolutely. And then the mini bar, like coffee, you got an espresso machine, and your mini bar is right underneath there.
So over this way we have a couch, and you're gonna see like a little coffee table as well. One thing I'm happy with is that there's a desk. So I think in Santo Domingo there's a lot of business folks that come in and out of the city. So yeah, I expect to have this here. One thing I was hoping for is a view. We don't really have a great view. I'll show you guys. I guess it's not a terrible view. I mean, you can see a little bit this way, but yeah, you can see those buildings and yeah, lots of construction again. Looks like there's kind of patios that way. All right, we'll take you into the bathroom here. This place is nice.
Yeah, this is definitely my favorite part of the room. One side you have the water closet, but here you have a great big sink, loads of space for everything. But over here is where it's at. You have a walk-in shower, a beautiful, amazing shower head, and then in the same section, like the same area, they have like a big old soaker tub. So it's kind of just one big like bath area.
Yeah.
I like this concept.
I think that opens up as well. You don't have to do that because it's gonna be hard to get to, but that would let like some natural light in. We have to figure out how to do it later, but yeah, lots to do here, but really digging this place. So I know what you guys are thinking, like, how are you affording to stay at the most expensive or one of the most expensive hotels in Santo Domingo? And that's a good question.
Yeah, JW Marriott, they're pretty high up there in the Marriott chain of hotels.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever stayed at one before, and I was surprised that we could afford to stay here for free, actually. The points were really, really good. So going back to the points thing, like, we're not major travel hackers, but we're trying to do a little bit better job of like taking advantage of points. So we've got an American Express platinum card, which is expensive, but we definitely take advantage of it and we get more than the value.
What we'll do here, we'll link all these, they're credit cards if you guys don't know. So we get points when we use our credit cards and we save up our points to stay in amazing places
and take
like
a
this.
business class flight, which we did a couple videos ago.
Exactly. So what we'll do is we'll link these cards down below. But yeah, we have the Amex Platinum, we have a TD.
Then a TD Aeroplan, which is what didn't come into play here. And then we also have the Marriott American Express as well. So that's where we got you get one free night a year. So we took advantage of that, and then we booked 2 nights on points. And I booked this back in October, and there was a thing going on where you get, if you transfer points from American Express to Marriott, you got a 30% bonus. So it ended up costing us maybe 30,000 points for 3 nights here.
It's pretty crazy. I mean, we all know the cost of living or even like to go on vacations is going up everywhere in the world. So we're trying to do whatever we can to stay on the road and make these videos. And we know you guys like to see us stay at places like this sometimes. Often we do not stay at places like this. Don't worry. So we just have to take advantage of every kind of thing we can, and points are one of them.
Yeah,
so
it's definitely helped out. You guys have probably noticed in our videos that we've been staying more on points.
Yeah, so if you're interested, we'll leave some links below. Well, it's a little bit later now. We've come over to a rooftop. The views up here are absolutely out of this world. It's called 107 Rooftop. That's the name. It's close to our hotel, so it's convenient to come here. And yeah, you guys see that? Look behind us. Like, look at this. This is absolutely nuts. Like the views, the lights, Santo Domingo's crazy. We got some mojitos as well. We're back in the land of mojitos. It's a good one. They're happy hour. It's 2 for 1. I don't think the price was too bad. And yeah, got a little bit of sugar in this. We always ask for a little sugar because they load them up with sugar.
The inside here is actually pretty cool too. And I can't remember what floor we got off on. I want to say it's like 15 or so, but it's pretty high up, which is nice because you obviously get the great view that Trevor was just talking about. We came here a little bit before sunset so we could see it like during the day, and now that it's dark out, all the lights come on, now the music comes up. They literally just turned the music up.
There we go.
So here we go. Welcome to the Dominican Republic. Through the magic of editing, Trevor is going to try to take out that background of music because it's pretty loud. It's very typical here in the Dominican Republic. They do love to crank their music, and I was surprised it was actually so low when we got here, but it's Friday night and everyone wants to have a great time. Now you can't even hear, I imagine you're not even hearing it at the moment. You're like, what are you talking about? But the sound editing is a pretty cool thing. But speaking of the Dominican Republic, you guys might be like, have you actually seen much of it? You might not have watched many of our videos. Maybe it's the first time you're ever watching us. We live and spend a good portion of our time in Cabarete, which is on the North Coast. So we've, of course, visited places that are around there. A lot of places along the North Coast, from everywhere from Punta Rusia, which is a beautiful place, over to Las Terranas, Samana, and Las Galeras. So we've seen a lot of that. We've actually been to the mountains here as well. You guys would not believe the mountains here in the Dominican Republic. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you're going to be shocked. You definitely go back and watch those videos. There's one from Jarabacoa and from Costanza, which is the highest town here in the Dominican Republic. It actually gets cold. Like, we had to put a fire on. It's crazy. It's a strawberry farm. Like, it's just all this stuff that you would never expect to see here.
Yeah, we've been to so many places here in the DR. Like, we've been to Santiago, which is one of the larger cities as well, Anna said, and we did Las Terranas, Las Galeras, also Puerto Plata, of course. Been to the Monte Cristi province. Down in the south, we've done Bayahibe, we've done La Romana, we've done Punta Cana, of course, and now here. So we have a lot of experience with it. So if you guys are watching the video and looking for more info, like just on the DR in general, I hope you understand now by saying all that, like, we have a lot of experience with it. We don't just go to the beach. This is why we're filming this video today. We want to show you guys why we love coming here, even with the loud music. And I hope this is well past Trevor, hoping that the edit's going to be okay when I get there, and you guys are going to hear everything I'm saying. I might need another mojito for that, because sometimes when we film like this and the audio is, well, this bad with the music, I think it's not going to work out. So hopefully future Trevor is happy. Well, this was an absolutely jam-packed day full of adventure here in the big city. I know, like, we're just roaming around kind of one neighborhood, but it is big and there's so much to do, and this city never gets old.
Yeah, and the city is huge, so obviously there are other neighborhoods, other really great places to explore. Maybe we'll do that in future videos.
Listen to how loud it is behind us. Like, we still can't get over when we're in Santo Domingo. Just get ready for traffic, get ready for loudness, but get ready for a city that maybe you don't expect. Remember, this is not the colonial zone, as you guys know. I encourage you to get out of there. Come to Piantini, come to Naco specifically. We hear there's other neighborhoods we need to go to.
Yeah, and again, maybe someday we will do those. But next up, we are leaving the city and heading up to our love Cabarete.
So Cabarete is in the North Coast, in case you don't know. We are going there. That will likely be the next video or two. There might be a video in between, but we're going back to the beach, our little surf town that we adore. It's our happy place, and I know a lot of you guys watching are going to be very excited about that. It will probably be the new year when we get there. Well, at least in the video world, not in real life, and it's going to be so much fun.
And if you are watching this as it comes out, basically, Merry Christmas to you. If you're watching it 6 months from now, then forget that.
If you're new, Trevor, Anna, Delightful Travelers, hit subscribe. That just helps. Hit the like button. It's a free way to help us out. The likes kind of shoot us up through the YouTube algorithm. If you're a Patreon or a channel member, thank you very much. If you're not, you just watch every week, thank you. We wouldn't make these videos if you didn't.
All right, guys, that's it.
From Santo Domingo, wishing you delightful travels.
See you soon.